Year 1, welcome to your maths session for today. Now this week we've been looking at addition and subtraction facts. Can you remember which number we've looked at on Tuesday and Wednesday? Very good. We've been looking at 17. So have a little think about which number you think we're going to be looking at today in maths. And I'll leave you to do that. Now we are going to warm our maths brains up, and we've been counting in different numbers this week. So we've been counting in tens and we've also been counting in twos. So what do you think we're counting in today? Brilliant. We are counting in fives. So have a look at the board. Can you see? So today we're going to count in fives. Now can you remember the rule for counting in fives? What do the numbers end in? Brilliant. They either end with a 5 or they end with a 0. So that helps us to remember our number pattern when we're writing it down and when we're counting in them. So we've been doing actions, we've done tens and twos, so today we're going to need to use our hands again to create our fives. So are we ready then? So it's a bit of a squeeze again for me, but we're going to be counting and showing our 5 fingers each time. Are we ready then? Here we go. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Brilliant. Do you think you can get quicker this time? Here we go then. We've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Brilliant. Well done, Year 1. That was really good counting. Now, do you think we can count backwards again like we did the other day? It's a bit of a challenge, but remember the numbers are here to help you. So we're going to count backwards. Are we ready then? So we're going to go 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10 and 5. Brilliant. So well done everybody. Make sure you keep practicing counting in those and they will help you with your when you're doing your times tables when you move into Year 2. Brilliant. So of course we are now going to finish writing our numbers as words. And which number did we get up to yesterday? Can you remember? Well done. We got up to 14. So today we're going to be writing 15. Now again, 15's a funny one because we don't say 15. So there's a different rhyme to help you with this one. And again, it's quite a funny one. So it's 5 intelligent frogs twirl endless elastic noodles. Oh, that's a tricky one. So 5 intelligent frogs twirl endless elastic noodles. Long one. Are we ready then? So 5 intelligent frogs twirl endless elastic noodles. So that's how you write 15. So again, it's a tricky one to spell. So it's one of those ones we just have to learn. But you just remember that it's a teen number, so it's going to have teen at the end, and the start is 5th. So give yourself a couple more minutes if you need it. Otherwise, let's move on to the next one. And you know this rhyme. Can you remember the rhyme for 6 to help you? Well done. It's snake in X-ray and then teen for 16. So snake in X-ray and teen to create 16. Snake in X-ray and then we can sound out teen. So there's 16. Oh, that ends a bit funny there, isn't it? Yours will be much neater than mine. Okay, next one then. So we've got 17. So we've got that rhyme. Sometimes elderly voles educate newts. Well done. So sometimes elderly voles educate newts. And then teen, because it's 17. Sometimes elderly voles educate newts and then teen. There we go. So long ones today, aren't they? Much longer words. Now, again, give yourself a couple more minutes, but the next one is, who can remember what the next word is as a number? That's it, it's 18, and it's that funny one for 8. So it's every iguana gets hairy toes. So every iguana gets hairy toes, and then teen. Oh, I think I'm going to go on a new line for this one. So every iguana gets hairy toes, and then you don't actually need the teen for this one. Have a think, because we've already got a T there, so what do we need to remember there? That's right, we don't need the T, so we just add E and then N. So there's 18. And next one we have got, it's that funny one we had the other day. It's about the infants and they're nibbling the alves. So naughty infants nibble alves, and then teen this time. So naughty, and you'll see, infants nibble alves, and then teen. So there's 19. And finally, what's our last word going to be? It's 20. And again, it's a funny one because there's no rhyme, or it doesn't follow the 10 rule, does it? So it's 20. So we have to then have a new rhyme for this one, which is toucan, or toucan should I say, watch energetic newts trying yoga. So toucans watch energetic newts trying yoga. It's a long one. So toucans watch energetic newts trying yoga. And remember, it's that happy chappy E on the end, not what can you see E. So well done everybody. There are lots of spellings to remember, so do keep practicing when you've got a couple of extra minutes. And it's just one of those things we have to keep learning really, because it's hard to remember them. But do remember that there are some rules to help you, because some of the numbers we've already learnt at the start of the week are in these teen numbers too. So well done everybody. Now of course we're going to move on to today's lesson. So I'm going to go through the learning objective with you, which is to find and represent addition facts of 18. That's our learning objective. And to do that, we're going to think about what 18 looks like. We're going to use apparatus to make 18, and then we're going to create a pattern. So of course we've done lots of work on this now, but the first thing we need to remember is, what do we know about 18? Have a little think, what do you know about 18? So we know it's got how many tens? Brilliant, so it's got 1 10 and how many ones? Fabulous, 8 ones. So we would write that as 10 add 8 equals 18. And of course we know we can put the equals at the other end. And when you're adding, it doesn't matter which way around you do it, because you don't need to start with the biggest number. You can switch them round. So you could have 10 add 8, or you could have 8 add 10. So you can switch it round. Again, I'm a bit wonky on the board there. So that's what we know about 18. And if we were drawing it with our tens and ones, we would draw 1 10 and we would draw 8 ones, which I'm sure you can all do very well. And of course you could do it in a part whole model. Yours will be much neater than mine. So 18 is our whole number. It's got 1 10, 8 ones. So that's what we know about 18. Now have a think about where 18 goes on a number line. So think about the size of the number. Is it bigger than 10 or is it smaller than 10? Brilliant, it's bigger than 10, so it's going to be further on from 10, isn't it? Is it bigger than 20? No, so it's going to be less than 20, so it's going to be somewhere in between 10 and 20, because we know that it's bigger than 10 but smaller than 20. Now, of course, there are other ways you can think of partitioning 18, and I'm sure you can think of lots of different ways that you have looked at so far. So keep thinking about those. Now today we're going to be looking at making 18 by adding two numbers together, and we've again done lots of work on this now. So have a little think about the different ways you could make 18. Now, I'm going to show you something and then you're going to see if you can work this one out today. So have a look at this. So it's a bit different to what we're used to, because normally we just have a go at writing the number sentences as we know them, and we use different apparatus to help us. But today, this is a missing number problem. So we need to find what that missing number is. And just like we've been doing before, there are different ways to help you do this. So, very familiar with these now. We've got our 10 frame. Just stick this on. Now to do this, you would start with the biggest number that we've got, which is 11. And you want to get it to make 18. So what you would do is you would make 11 on your 10 frame and then you would add on until you get to 18. So I'm going to do them in a different colour and you're going to count with me to count how many yellow we've got. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking to make 8 ones, aren't we? 6, 7. So have a look. How many are yellow now? Because we've now got 8 ones on our 10 frame. So what would we add as our missing number in here? Brilliant. We would be putting 7, wouldn't we? Because we've started with 11 and then we've added on to our 10 frame until we got to 18, and we know that that is 7. So you could use a 10 frame to help you. And of course, we've done lots of work now on our number line. So you could also use a number line just like we've just done. You would start with which number do you think? Very good. You would start with 11 and then you would do your jumps until you get to 18. So we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just like we've done, start at 11 and you go till you get to 18. Now normally on a number line we would ask you to jump to the jumps, which is what I did yesterday, but it was quite tricky for you to see the numbers. So make sure when you are doing a number line you do jump to the lines as you go. So what would we be putting in there again? How many jumps did we make? Brilliant, we made 7. So that's how you could use a number line. So there are 2 different ways again to help you. And of course you could use objects as well. Now I've popped this on the PowerPoint if you would like to have a look at how to do that. But again, it's just finding those objects and putting them together to find the missing number. Now it's your turn to see if you can have a go. So you can use something you've got at home, objects or 10 frame, whatever you've got, and you're going to see if you can fill in the missing number for this one. Just like we've done. So if you would like to pause the video to give yourself a go, to give yourself a bit more time, then you can. You're going to try and fill in the missing number and then play the video once you've done that. So of course, you could have used a number line again, and I'll show you a number line, but you could have used whatever you choose to. So we know we're trying to get to 18, so that's where we want to end up, but we know we've been given 14, so we're going to start at 14 and jump along until we get to 18. So count with me, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many jumps did we make? Brilliant. So 18 equals 14, add 4. So that's what makes 18. Now of course you had your question yesterday with the equal sign, but remember it's different when you're subtracting because you have to look very carefully, whereas when you're adding, it doesn't matter which way around they are because you can switch them around, but you must always start with the biggest number when you're subtracting. So that's why yesterday's question might have tricked you, or perhaps not. So there is your practice. So today you've got this sheet here. you're going to find and represent the addition facts of 18. So you're going to fill in the missing numbers, and then you're going to see if you can find more facts. And then perhaps once you had a go at finding more, you could put it into a pattern like we've done before. So that's your activity for today. And of course you have secure it and deepen it. So your secure it is this one. So it says Sam thinks that 12 equals 6 add 18. So have a look. That's what Sam thinks. He thinks that 12 goes here, and then he said that's equaled by 6 and 18. Have a little think about that. What do you think? And then you're going to explain why he's incorrect. And you write your answer on there. And then finally, you've got a deepen it question. We've got some flowers for this one. So Colin grows 18 flowers. They are either pink or yellow. There are more pink than yellow flowers. How many of each colour could he have? So you need to use your knowledge of your number facts to help you with this one. There's your deepen it. So have a good go at both of those. Try your best, because we know you've been doing lots of this now and we are sure you are experts at it, but give it a really good go. Okay, so see you soon. Bye bye everyone.